Hello and welcome to the ITK. My name is Dijaji Prime. I'm here with you with another, kind of midweek recording. Today we're going to be talking a bit about gender. I have with me our new co-host. She's been working behind the scenes, but she's really shy. So, I've been trying to coerce her to join us, but she's finally joined us. So her name is Yash. If you can introduce yourself. Don't be too shy now. It's just a mic.
Hi guys, my name's Yash and I'm not very shy. He's just making shit up. Don't listen to him.
How am I making shit up? What took you like 2 months?
I've just been having other things, I've got other things going on. I can't just be,
other things You sound so California. I don't have anything.
I've got a lot going on. So I finally decided to join you on this week's podcast. So just be happy.
This isn't a podcast. This is just like a recording.
I know, but
the podcast is tomorrow. Pay attention.
Whatever.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a pleasure having you here. I really enjoy the company.
I'm sure you do.
Don't be an asshole, man. But yeah, so actually I wanted to, when we were having our discussion about ITK earlier, I said I wouldn't want you to have the role of the stereotypical, lady on a show that's always talking about things related to women. And I am going to contradict myself here, but I would like us to talk about gender. And the reason why I say that is that a lot of times as guys, we nag and complain about how women are. And oftentimes we don't really understand what it's like to be a woman,
Yeah, for sure. I see your point on that.
So
wait, just elaborate on it first before I interject.
So being a woman it's a tough thing. I understand. I can't understand it fully, but I do understand that being a woman is a tough thing. Because from the day you're born, you're taught this is what you need to do as a woman. The perception of beauty and things like that. So we're going to talk about that actually. Mm-hmm. So what would you say to you is being a woman?
I would say just having confidence. Living the life you want to live and just being yourself.
No, I don't mean on a broad scale. I mean on a more specific, to the gender. What would you say makes you different from me as a man? What makes you a woman?
Obviously, the dressing, the way you talk, the way you behave.
Okay, so
the work you do.
So those things do sound like societal categories or societal boxes. Because, the way you dress, you see a lot of people do wear, skirts, or men can wear skirts now. That's the new rave. Or wearing trousers. Women do wear trousers as well. Or work you do. Now you find women in the business place. You can find female engineers, architects, and things of that nature. So, I mean, because you feel a lot of...
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah,
you having a dick and me having a vagina.
No, now you're going into sex. I just mean outside of obviously the sexual organs. Okay. What makes you a woman, do you think?
Okay, what makes you a man?
To me, what makes me a man is that, and I'm going to go on a societal basis.
And that's what I did?
No, but you said how you dress.
How you talk, how you behave.
How you behave. Behavior is general, isn't it? Or do you mean the tone of your voice?
No.
How
you talk is in some people expect you to respect, even in some societies you have women expected to respect men in a certain way.
Put some respect on my name.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So just how you expect it. Well,
because for me I see people as being equal. I do believe that you should give the same respect regardless of your gender. For me, being a man is my mom always told me, you need to go out and provide and protect your family. So for me, being a man, and I like to put it in terms of men versus women, being a man to me is being strong for someone and being weak with someone.
Yeah.
So you can protect your woman or your partner or however you... Because now I could say you're a woman and they'll be like, oh, you're objectifying women and things like that. So, okay, you've talked about how you talk.
Mm-hmm. So I think having a sense of independence in today's world will make one, consider themselves a woman, because you don't want to be relying on a man.
But how does that make you unique compared to a man? Because a lot of men too can say, "Oh, I'm independent. I don't need a woman."
Unique. It's really...
yeah, it is really vague. It's a vague concept because you see a lot of times now people talk about, let's take away gender roles. But if you take away gender roles, we are essentially human. There's no difference between us. Yeah. And I think that's the driving point of what these things are talking about. So we were talking about societal norms. What would you say are the societal norms, like, placed on women? Because I've talked about, like, endlessly, I know with you, we've had conversations about makeup and how I think makeup is stupid or heels or things like that. So what would you say are, like, societal norms or things that women are expected to have based on society?
I think that's very broad because it depends on where your background.
Your background is quite unique because you're like Singaporean and Indian.
Of course, I'm unique.
Don't get too cocky now. No, but your background is unique because you're Indian, but you grew up in Singapore and then moved to Australia and things like that. Not quite. So
I'm Indian, but I was born in Singapore.
Yeah, I grew up in Singapore.
Born in Singapore. There's a difference between growing up there and being born as a citizen but you still grew and up growing up there.
You grew up in Singapore.
Sure.
And then you moved to Australia. So
yes.
Based on those societies that you've been in, what would you say is the norm for a woman?
Very different. If you want to go way back to Singapore, it's not very different, but it's not very you have to do the same thing as someone else in a different country. Because it is Indian, it's a bit... And Singapore, it's a bit varied. So it's not very strict and it's not very, don't do whatever you want. Like, be free, be wild, go crazy, girl. It's not like that.
No, but what's specific to your gender as a woman?
To me, being born in Singapore, it's been very so you need to follow what the Indian tradition is. So you need to act a certain way, you need to you need to be able to cook, you need to be able to clean. You need to be able to cook, you need to be able to clean, you need to have bring a good name to your dad. Those things are pretty traditional for me. But then again, going out and working and having a sense of independence. So because of, even in Singapore, it's been very, it's changed, right? So then you have going out, working, getting your independence, making some money, hustling, as you would say.
I don't say that, by the way.
You do say that.
I don't say that. That's Kai. Yeah. Fuck you, Kai.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm your replacement. No, kidding. Okay, so yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry to cut you off. By the way, Kai will be back once he's done.
No one cares.
Once he's
I'm
done,
a better replacement.
Once he's done
Fuck him.
getting ran by transsexuals in Thailand. He just abandoned us. But yeah, continue.
Anyways, yeah, so getting a sense of independence and making the money is something more that has changed in my culture as being a woman. And even dressing, in a dressing sense, I would say, you're not...
Because you've meandered around the point. I want, what exactly...
Bitch, please.
No, you've been being independent.
Fuck off.
What as a woman are you expected to do? You're expected to cook,
yes,
clean,
yes,
get a job for yourself, or
yes,
not. So not rely on the man.
With my family, I bring in get a job for yourself and don't rely on a man because these mans are bitch ass niggas. So yeah, it's and also talking about, just moving on from just the most obvious ones, we'll talk about work, and growing up in my family, the way we had to respect men was actually quite obvious, it was there. So I didn't actually think about it, but just talking about it now kind of makes me think that my dad didn't want me talking to all the men. Because we had to not hide away fully, but just obviously say hi and then just leave.
It's funny you bring up talking to men. There's this joke we have among the youth in Nigeria. It's you're all up till when you're in high school, they're don't talk to boys and don't talk to girls till you get to uni. And then when you're in uni, they're don't talk to boys, don't talk to girls till you're done. And then when you've done and you don't bring someone home, they're when are you gonna get married?
Exactly.
Fam, I'm not just gonna pop up and meet a man. So.
Exactly. Even me, going to girls' school all my life and just starting to meet a man, it's no.
Oh yeah. So what was it like going to an all-girls school and then coming in contact with men?
I was just so ugly. Like, I didn't know how to react. I
You
was
need to
just...
stop saying that before I smack your
No,
face.
but seriously though, like, I had a monobrow going. Like, that
Oh,
was
God.
serious stuff. Like,
I'm lucky I met you after
exactly.
this.
So I had that time
Wait,
before
really?
I met you.
You had a
like, not a like a full-on monobrow, but like I would consider that a monobrow.
Like, how far across was it touching?
It was pretty...
Like, you can't
Like,
see,
it was
but
like
where,
a
how?
centimeter, like, from here.
Disgusting.
It's not disgusting. At least you have a hot bitch now.
No, it's just very retarded.
Anyway. So, yeah, nah. So, I had that time before I started meeting people to change myself. To change and become a bit prettier, you know, a bit decent looking.
So, you know, with beauty, what would you say beauty is? Because a lot of people, you know, a lot of women put on all this makeup and things. And as a man, or at least for me personally, it's like, I don't really rate that. It's like, when you have that much makeup, it's like, you're not really that pretty.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be, you know, asleep and wake up and be like horrified that I'm waking up to this monster. Like, where did all that beauty go? So
you do admit it's beauty, but you just don't want to be waking up next to a monster because you'll be like, where did all that beauty go after that makeup's gone?
For me, makeup does two things, which I don't like. One, it gives you, it deceives you as a person, and it deceives and your potential partner. Now, I know a lot of women out there, including yourself, will say, oh, I put makeup on for myself to make myself feel comfortable. Fine. But when you do get a male partner, he will be going off that initial presentation that you've given yourself. Like, we saw the case of that, was it a Chinese couple or something? They got divorced because the lady had plastic surgery and the children had came out ugly, and he's like, what the fuck? I thought you were pretty, and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
So you're deceiving yourself into thinking you're looking like something else.
But the thing is, some people are fucked up there, and they might not think that. They might just think, oh, you know, I'm pretty. Like, I'm not deceiving myself. What are you going on about, you piece of shit?
No, but it's like, you know, we're conditioned, obviously. From the day you're born, you know, dolls, they have these kinds of figures with the long blonde hair, and then you grow up and you see all these adverts about, you know, Dove and shit like that, and how the women is presented. So obviously you're going to feel like that. But for me as a man, going back to it as a man, when I see that, it's like, okay, you're not confident in yourself. And to me, confidence is very important in a woman. A woman has to be very confident and secure in who she is as a person. So doing too much of it, I can understand taking out some of the blemishes. But thirdly, it's like, men don't do that. Like, until more
So
recently,
if you're ugly, you're ugly.
Yeah, we don't have that privilege.
I know, that
you
sucks.
either have
That
to
really
be
sucks.
like, have a good dick game, and God help you, you don't know how
funny
to talk.
personality.
A funny personality, be handsome, or be rich.
Yeah, it's either one of them, yeah. All three would be a bonus.
All three would be a bonus,
Amen,
but it's
sister.
like, shut up.
Like, I'm in. I'm in.
Why don't you go find you a rich comedian that's
Oh,
hot
he'll
then?
come one day.
Anyway, back to this. So it's like, you know, it makes you uncomfortable with who you are as a person, and I find that to be a big problem. I would do like people to be more comfortable with who they are as a person, and so on and so forth. So yeah. So what do you have to think about that?
Okay, so you know how you said, oh, if you wear makeup, right, you're deceiving yourself? I don't agree with that. Because you're not deceiving yourself. You're wearing it because, first of all, some people wear it because, you know, they might be pretty without makeup itself. So they think they're flawless with or without it. So you're not deceiving yourself.
Then why wear it if you're flawless without
Because
it?
you just want to experiment, you want to try new
That
things.
isn't experimentation then. If you are flawless, it's like, okay,
Like,
what kind of analogy can I give? Okay, continue your point. I'll think of an analogy.
Because also, even if you are... Oh, I forgot my point. So also, if you are wearing makeup, people... See, I forgot my point.
No, but if you are flawless, you need not wear makeup in the first place.
Okay, so yeah, I got my point back again, guys. So, wearing makeup, okay, so the whole hype of wearing makeup is around you. As much as, oh, you know, this person is like flawless. So I want to be like her, wearing makeup in the whole process of buying makeup. Like, it's advertised. It's out there. It's like, oh, you know, when you buy this eyeliner, you know, the brand. It's all like, you know, out there for you to go and get. And you want to get it. You want to join the hype and you want to go and find out what's this about, you know? And you're obviously not going to not use it. You're going to use it. So you're going to have to put it on your face.
So you're just saying, like, you're following what society...
That's pretty much what a lot of women do out there.
And that's a problem that I have going forward, because that's why I said from the day you're born, you have all these adverts that tell you do this and do that and be like this and follow this trend. And I'm not a hipster. I do the popular thing, but I don't like...
Me too.
Nah, you go a bit further than that, because I don't like doing the bait thing. I like, you know, doing what I feel is necessary. I don't like following... Like, even now there's this Pokemon Go hype, you know? And someone was tweeting...
I haven't got that app. Have you got it?
No.
Because everyone's like, get it. Why are you like left behind on the bandwagon? And I'm like, bitches, please. Like, I don't need that game. I don't need to get murdered.
I'm sure...
Did you hear about someone getting murdered because of that game?
You just brought up like one case out of like millions of people.
Yeah, but that can happen to anyone.
No,
so
but it's
safe.
like, I don't really care about Pokemon Go that much to go out and, you know, go out and
But
start
it is
finding...
a pretty smart, like, tactic to kind of, like, get people into
I don't know. Whenever
Pokemon
you see
again,
people flooding towards something like that...
it will, the hype will die.
Yeah. It's not only the hype. It's like something is wrong somewhere, but we're not talking about conspiracy theories here.
Anyway.
But you were saying, you know, you do it because everybody else is doing it. So that's a lot of things I find with beauty. Everybody, especially women, and I feel it's really bad, are conditioned to feel, look, talk, dress up and act a certain way. Even with clothes, they're like, this is what is in trend and you need to get this.
Sure.
But
I can admit that I've been through that.
Why can't you break out of... You know, it's hard to break out of that.
Yes, because you've got friends with fucking Louis Vuitton bags and...
Louis Vuitton.
Whatever.
Look at the fashionista saying Louis Vuitton.
And then you've also got Chanel lipstick. You've got the MAC foundation. Like, you need it.
And then the Kylie Jenner lipstick.
Yes, the Kylie Jenner lip kit that we got into an argument with. But that's okay.
Yeah, I don't like...
But seriously, those matte lipsticks.
I don't hate the Kardashians. I just don't like the way they're sensationalized. Like, the way women idolize them. It's like, nah, they're just women doing their own thing. You don't need to do that. And that's the problem I have, where people feel they need to do these things. And
I think it's also because a lot of people, I don't know, but a lot of people don't have a mind of their own, okay? And also because it's just society. And friends and, you know, friends, just influencing, you know, like you don't understand being a woman. It's very hard.
That's why I
because
asked you what it's
like somehow you're influenced to be like someone else.
But we have our influences as men as well.
But it's more competitive with women, I would say, compared to men.
No, men are far more competitive. If you
I
want
don't know,
to talk
I'm not a man.
No, but if you want to talk about competition, it's widely known that men are far more competitive when it comes to...
I also think it's because of women who get compliments from their friends. So like, hey, you've got this new like Chanel lipstick that you're wearing. Oh, you look hot, bitch.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Because women say a lot, whenever other women compliment each
it makes
other,
them feel better.
No, you say they usually... There's a hateful undertone to that. A lot
Depends
of women
on the person
say that.
who says it.
No, but a lot of women say that. So why do you bother? If you're doing it for yourself and you're really doing it for yourself, why bother about what's society or what's in trend and what's, you know, your friends are talking about? Why not just do what you feel is necessary? I don't like that, you know, conditioning of women.
Yeah.
I don't like conditioning in general. There are a lot of conditioning. There's conditioning of like black people, white people, you know,
But
Asians.
what can you do? That's our society today. You can't like not be unconditioned unless you get a lucky guy, you know, who tells you you're pretty without makeup and just go with that.
But sometimes women don't listen to that guy.
Oh, do they not?
It's hard to unwind that kind of conditioning.
Yeah, but it takes time.
Speaking of guys, so have you ever been catcalled?
Yes.
So explain to me what that is like for you.
It is very uncomfortable because you feel like you're not respected when someone does that to you. So
so there's no there's no ambiguity.
Yeah.
What is catcalling to you?
For me, it's when you walk past, you know, in the street or whatever, and you've got a guy, mostly guys. You don't have a woman. You never have a woman.
No, I didn't expect like a woman to be like,
you
hey,
could,
Charlie.
you could.
I don't know,
But
man.
anyways,
I don't know which way you swing.
I swing both ways.
Oh, okay. That could be
Anyways, so yeah, so either they stare at you really deeply and they look you up and down, or they either
kind of like what I'm doing
try
now.
and get your attention by saying something that is very disrespectful.
Hey, shawty.
That's not disrespectful. Disrespectful.
What
Sorry.
that mouth do?
Yeah, a lot.
What that mouth do?
Okay, no. All right, yeah. So which is very disrespectful.
Would you like me to put my beef in your taco?
No. Listen.
Is that something like what a cat call will do?
No, it's more like whistling. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
baby.
it's like no, stop.
Hey, shawty.
I don't like that. That is just so disrespectful.
Okay, so you've said like, that's disrespectful, but you see a lot of men do get with women by doing that.
Probably horse.
Oh, that's very, that's a bit, let's calm down here. You see, this is something that women need to acknowledge. They often claim men are the ones who are demeaning them, but women demean women themselves.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying you're demeaning anybody, but let's just calm down with the
Alright,
name calling.
okay, I'll calm down.
Miss Fashionista. But yeah, I think it's bad if you want to talk to a woman, you say hi. But a lot of times...
No, but I think catcalling this is a different thing, because I've been catcalled by people who are not very established.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean like not very... I wouldn't date that person. So they're not on my league, pretty much.
In your league?
Yeah.
So there's leagues to this shit?
Yeah, like...
So if
it's a hot guy, like, come on, I'm gonna, like, turn around and be like...
Oh, so
yeah, boy.
He has to be hot. So you're a whore.
I'm kidding.
No, so what is your league? Like, what's your cutoff mark?
Cutoff mark?
No, you don't need to tell, actually. I don't want people
You asked, let me say it.
It's a rhetorical question, dumbass. But yeah, so is it scary?
Yes, it is, because you might not know. He might just come up to you and like rape you.
English is not her first language, ladies and gentlemen.
Really isn't.
She sometimes has difficulty expressing herself.
Okay, I think they understand that.
No, we need to make sure that they understand what you're saying. So I was saying, is it scary for you?
It is definitely scary, because you never know. That guy might just rape you or like hurt you, and you don't want to be hurt, obviously.
But statistically, most of the people who rape you are actually people you know.
That's interesting too. But like, that mentality, because you're not... For me, I'm a small person, okay? Let's just be honest. And if I'm a small person, I'm short, I'm not that tall, and I'm not very muscular. So I can't...
I don't think anybody likes a muscular
I don't know, like a well-built person, yeah? But, so you never know, because I'm honestly very weak. So if someone's gonna, call me, and I'm like, what would I do? I wouldn't know what to do. Except for kick them in the balls and run.
So what's a respectable way to approach a woman? Not you, but just in general.
I would say people, it's different, preferences. But for me, I'm going back to me, because I can only say for me though.
In general, from your friends, experiences, and things like that.
Oh, okay. So maybe genuinely meeting someone who is in a respectful environment. So if you're gonna ask someone in the street, "Hey, what's up?" Not so much. I wouldn't.
But wouldn't you commend the guy for having the courage to come up to you? Like, I saw you down the street. You were really good.
Some people might think it's creepy. Some people might think it's fine. I might think it's fine. But yeah, it depends on the environment you decide to say hi in. So if it's a work environment, so you're in a bank, let's say, for example, someone's gonna be like, more willing to give you attention because you're established.
So you're in the workplace. What do you feel women face in the workplace? Particularly, let's start with pay. Do you feel you're paid less than men?
Yes.
How do you know this?
Because I feel like, look at all the managers in my department. Just talk about my department, yeah? All of them are men. A few women. Okay, from that itself...
No, we're not talking about, how many more. Like, a man is paid $17 on the hour. How much are you paid? You're doing the same job.
I probably get paid 17. Wait,
so
honestly, with my department, though, we get paid equally. It's just your hours.
So have you heard any stories where they pay differently based on gender?
Not directly. I haven't come in contact with someone who's like told me, hey, this person's, getting paid more than the other. Like, have you heard of that rubbish? I haven't heard of that directly.
So what are some things women face in the workplace?
I haven't experienced it, but I'm assuming people face, discrimination through what they might wear. Like, wearing pants, sometimes, a man might be like, kind of look at her differently. I don't know, because I haven't actually come in contact with that.
I don't know. I think it's a gray area, and especially with how socially conscious we are in the present state. It's hard for you, because I don't like to defend them. I feel like if you're brought up well, not just by your household, but also in your community, if you're brought up well in your school and whatever, you will have a proper etiquette to relate with people. But men are just wired that way, I would say, to look at women and admire them. Also, there are ways you can do it respectfully. For me, I just like to greet and then introduce myself and be like, hello, what's up? And I think whenever I'm advising guys, I just say, like, do that, but don't, like, respect, breeds respect. If you're respectful going in, you'll get a respectful response, even if she's like, no. And people don't know how to handle no sometimes. So have you had, like, to tell guys no?
Yes.
Well, how did they react?
Oh, they kept pushing. And they were pushes.
But you see, that's what society tells us. Like, if a woman says no once, not like in sex, obviously no means no, but like, although sometimes women say no means no, but it's like, because I have had an experience where a girl has told me no and I backed off, and then she was like, why are you backing off? And I'm like, you told me no. And then she's like, no, you're supposed to keep pressing.
Fail.
And it's the same thing with dating. Like, sometimes it's like the woman wants the chase, and we're always told that women like the chase and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So sometimes they say no, and then apparently they really mean yes.
It depends on how the no is.
How the fuck are we supposed to know?
Because if it's like a no, fuck off, that's definitely a no. Like, but if it's like no, like, then it's like, okay, you can try again. Like, it depends if the person's attracted to you. If the girl's attracted to you.
How do you know?
Through text, through Facebook, I don't know. It depends on the no. Because it really...
This is the problem with women when you ask them to
because
explain...
we have a lot of thoughts going through our mind just at one time, yeah?
Exactly. So how do you expect us to know?
Well, you'll find out one day. Work at it and you'll get there.
Okay, so what do you think about free the nipple?
Free the nipple indeed. Like, go for it. Do what you gotta do, man. Free that nipple.
So you would like for women to walk around with that?
Definitely, but I personally wouldn't do it because I need my breasts to be properly secured.
How are they not secured when they're free?
Because when you're wearing a bra, it's in place. When you're not, it's all over the place.
No, but it's a choice. You can choose to not wear a bra on a certain day, and
What do you mean?
Like, choose. It's not like they're telling you free the nipple and then all of a sudden it's a law that you have to walk around with no
So what's
shirts
the point of your comment?
I said, what do you think of freeing the nipple?
Okay, so I say, yeah, free that nipple.
So sometimes it's good to listen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so free the nipple, yeah, but personally I wouldn't free the nipple. Because I'm so used to wearing a bra, it will be very different for me to not wear a bra, and then you get saggy tits coming along, and you don't need that.
But I don't need. Tits are going to come in.
It will, but you don't need it sooner.
Fair enough.
Sooner than later, I know.
Firm breasts.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, this was You have anything more to add?
Just have a great week.
I meant with the topic. I'm doing the outros. Don't come
whatever.
and try and take all our jobs.
I'm just too good, that's why.
Casual racism.
Anyway, so yeah, we will have another recording about this. This will be, a sort of weekly thing. Thank you for joining me and not really shedding
no
any
worries.
light.
Always a pleasure.
You didn't shed any light. You had no intellectual... You didn't add anything intellectual to this conversation, but it's okay.
I won't be joining you next week then. Goodbye.
Sure. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this little, recording. We will have the podcast up on Saturday, so I do look forward to recording it. And I hope you enjoyed this and, check out our other recordings and podcasts and things of that nature. My name is Ijaji Prime.
And I'm Yash.
And we'll see you in this week's podcast and next week and whatever. So have a good day.
And a great weekend. Ciao.
Could have just said goodbye, but whatever.